came back home from my trip to Ecuador yesterday afternoon, and despite the 7-hour time difference, Ecuador is 7 hours behind the Netherlands, I woke up perfectly on time today. It almost feels like I'm beating the jet lag. Now let's see how I wake up tomorrow, but I do have a few tips that make jet lag easier. Here are 6 tips that you can use for your next long-haul destination. The first tip is actually pre-departure. I adjust to the time zone of my destination as much as I can and as possible within social norms. So that meant that in Ecuador, I went to bed a little bit earlier than I usually do. And when I arrive at my destination, I immediately get outside because daylight really helps to adjust your internal clock. So I go out as much as I can. And if possible, I like to combine it with tip number 3, and that is to get those endorphins going. Actually, what bugs me most about jet lag is not so much the sleep part, but more the fact that I'm hungry at super inconvenient times, like in the middle of the night. And what I do now, I once read it somewhere and it seems to work for me, is to eat protein-rich meals at the times that it's normal for your new time zone. This apparently helps your body to settle into the new time zone, and the protein-rich part is really important. So in practice, that also means I kind of force myself to eat, even if I'm not hungry. And I normally never do that, but in this case, it really seems to work for me. So why not give it a try yourself as well? And if I'm traveling against the sun, I take some melatonin before going to bed. And then my final tip, which is a bit more mental, and that is to have a plan ready for the day after your arrival. Personally, I always get out of bed much faster if I know I need to be somewhere at a certain time. And this is also the reason why I get over jet lags at home when I'm working much easier than during holidays when I'm more tempted to take it easy. So get yourself a plan, make an appointment where you need to show up, schedule anything in that helps you to get into the new time zone of your destination. I hope these tips will be useful for your next trip to a long-haul destination. And if you have any other additional tips to get over a jet lag, let me know in the comments below.